Hey, what's up guys? My name is Peyton Yandel. I am located in Wichita, Kansas, and I own a fencing company called Midwest Fence. Officially been a year since I started Midwest Fence as a company of my own. And I just kind of wanted to do a full 12-month year in review and break down how the year went for us. I would say we had a super successful year, and I'm excited for what we have moving forward and all the accomplishments that we've already got. So, in July 2nd of 2024 was my official last day at the fencing company that I was working for, which coincidentally happened to be my wife and I's anniversary. So the day I left, I got to spend the day with her for our anniversary, and then we kicked off Midwest Fence and got it rocking and rolling. So breaking down, I just want to go through every month, tell you guys how many jobs that I did and how much revenue we brought in, and then just kind of some stair steps or some stepping stones that we made along the way that really helped our business grow. This video, if you're seeing it on social media, is probably going to be broken up into a couple different clips for social media purposes, but I'm glad we can get the whole thing out here on YouTube for you. And I hope that it can help a lot of you up and coming business owners and service-based business owners in particular with some motivation to keep grinding. You know what I mean? It's definitely is a grind. You have to put every ounce of effort you have into it. So, you know, be prepared. You know, unfortunately, my wife gets to take a beating from the Midwest Fence because of how busy I am. But in the end, I think it'll be a great thing for us and our future and our family and just everything moving forward. Starting out in July, like I said, we started July 2nd. I did a total of 4 freaking jobs in July, totaling for just over $13,000 in total revenue. My first couple jobs came from word of mouth from some people that I knew that I was building fence for another company, and they shouted me out and got me my first couple jobs. In August, I had 7 jobs totaling for $19,000. It's crazy to think back then I thought I was a high roller. I thought I was balling big time, which you guys will see is completely different now. In September was really when we started to pick up some steam. This is actually when I brought on Fernando, which is my lead guy. He reached out to me on Facebook a whole bunch. And I finally was like, you know what? Just come and work for me. You should know how to throw up pickets. And little did I know, that guy knows everything there is to know about fencing. So we did 10 jobs in September that totaled for a total of $34,000. We had one huge job in September that we did that took up a large chunk of that money, but it was also a great stepping stone because it brought Fernando to me, and then it allowed me to get out my first piece of actual content for the fencing company, which kind of helped spark the upward spike that we had. In October, we totaled 13 jobs for $45,000. It was also at the end of October whenever I decided that I was going to step away from building fence all the time. And I told Fernando to bring on a buddy of his, Diego, and to start subcontracting for me. So this was a big step. And you'll see, not in November, but you'll see in December how big of an impact that made for us. Because it allowed us to get more jobs done quicker because they're a lot faster than I was. And their work is top tier work. In November, we had a little bit of a slope down from October. We totaled 10 jobs for $43,000. And then in December, which was absolutely ridiculous, I thought I was gonna be going into the winter months slow, but this was actually the month that probably got me more hyped than any month ever, and you'll see why. We did 27 jobs totaling for $102,000. So over double November, and this really just got me rocking and rolling. I forgot to mention that back in November, October areas when we started working with Hattie and Roger with CCG Automations, and they helped with my CRM and my website and all that good customer relations management software to help me and my life be a lot easier when dealing with customers. In January, again, a little bit slower month, but we did 17 jobs for $85,000 there. So I thought, shoot, that's not too bad. You know, I'll take it. 85 grand is a lot of money to make in a month, in my opinion. February, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little scared during February because one, it snowed for like 2 weeks straight here and it was cold. And there was actually a point where I only had 1 job on the book at the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. But we did 13 jobs for $52,000. So Again, was a little bit scary there, but we persevered and we kept rocking and rolling. At this point, we really started to focus on getting Google reviews, which is huge. I started working with Hattie and Roger on SEO at the beginning of the year. And I told them, I'd say, hey, let's tackle SEO so I can make sure that my name pops up high on Google during what we called the slow months, which were going to be December, January, February, and into March. Coming into March, this was a huge month for us. We did a total of 39 jobs, so 3 times the amount of jobs this next month, for a total of $164,000. And I'm telling you right here, this really lit a fire into my ass. I'm not gonna lie. It was awesome to do $100,000 more than the month before. And you know, it was just, all the money that we've spent on SEO at that point was really starting to pay off, because I was going from getting like 4 or 5 phone calls a week to like 4 or 5 phone calls before I was even able to leave the shop, to be honest with you. My phones were ringing off the hooks, and they have continued to ring off the hooks. We got into April, we did 33 jobs totaling for $163,000. So we kept a good pace there. And then in May, we did 46 jobs in May, and it totaled for $231,000. So we're knocking on $250,000 in a month door right there. And that was a big month for us. Fernando at that point had started bringing on more guys, so it was just not just him and Diego. He was starting to run a crew of 4 guys, and they were able to just keep ripping fence even faster, which was absolutely ridiculous. May was also when I brought on a couple more regular guys, I guess you could say, to help build as well, a couple more W-2 employees that were helping me take care of a lot of smaller jobs and repairs and all that good stuff, so I could leave all the big stuff, the big jobs, to Fernando. And then we rounded out June, which would be month number 12, with 42 jobs totaling for $225,000. So at the end of June, I actually decided, hey, I'm gonna split Fernando and Diego up, and we're gonna create 2 A teams. Instead of having just 1 A team, I have 2 A teams now. Even now that we're halfway through July, it is just rocking and rolling. They are just crushing it right now. I am so happy with how they are. I'm able to pay them a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is, what is it, July 13th right now? And I just gave them their check for last week. I paid Fernando $7,800 for the week. And then I went ahead and gave Diego another $4,600 as well. So that'll tell you, and that leaves still a lot of good money for me. So those guys are making money, but they deserve it. They do it all. I'm never going to take any credit for the work that they do. They rip fence, they make beautiful fence, and they treat my customers top tier. That's a year in review. We're totaling out for the year at just under $1.18 million for the first year of business of Midwest Fence. If you ask me, that sounds like a super successful year. We absolutely crushed it. I think for the year of 2025, we're trending just over $2 million, which will be absolutely amazing. And we're just excited to keep growing. We've got some small changes that are going to be coming up with some of our employees, hoping that some of them will be moving on to bigger, better things and kind of just be switching everything up. But I think right now, the way we've got it worked, where I've got my 2 A teams with Fernando running a 4-man crew and Diego running a 2 to 3-man crew that are just taking care of business every single day for me. And then still allowing Mitch and Joe to do their small jobs. And then Wyatt, he helps me out with not having to run around so much. So if you guys have any questions with anything service-based related, feel free to hit us up. I'm an open book. I want to help anyone and everyone, because I'm telling you right now, the way the market is with especially us younger individuals, the service-based business is wide open. There's not a lot of young guys and girls getting into the service-based business because of just the generation that we live in. You know, a lot of the service-based business are run by a lot of old heads that are trying to get out. And so that opens up the door for us young guys to really take advantage of what we can do, use social media to our advantage as well. Everything that we have brought to us in 2025 that allows us to scale our businesses up and beyond everything. So like I said, reach out to us, hit us up on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Let us know if you guys have any questions. Like I said, I'm an open book and ready to help anyone and everyone. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Midwest Fence is just going to keep rocking and rolling.